I'm not going to start this with some fancy intro or epic music or promises to change your life. This is just me, and I just want to bring home some truths. So there's a piece of my story that's actually led me here to Stellify, and maybe it'll unlock something inside you too. So a few years ago, I hit absolute rock bottom, literally rock bottom. This is not just being tired or overwhelmed or anything, or even anxious. I was literally gone, to the point I didn't want to be here anymore. The real me had literally left the building, so I didn't have the energy to wash myself, change my clothes. Some days, I found myself on the kitchen floor in bits at one point, and I just didn't see the point. I was screaming out, what the is the point anyway? And then out of nowhere, I got a phone call, and it was a Scottish voice. I didn't know him. He's someone that had come to our pub during one of the Truth or Tuesday freedom gatherings that we had during the crazy period, and he called me out of the blue. And the first thing he said was, it weren't hello or how are you. It was, he literally roared down the phone. I'm going to get a really terrible Scottish accent, and he roared, "You need to remember who you are." Yeah, who am I? I remember thinking to myself, I was sat in the car at the time. I was picking up my lad from school, and this booming voice just literally broke something up inside me. I didn't even know what he meant by it, but I knew he was being truthful. There was some truth in that. I didn't know who I was, and I needed to remember. And then he started speaking like light language or soul language or something. I had no idea what it was. It was just something I'd never heard before. But all my body went up in like goosebumps, and it was something else really. All my hairs were standing up. But in my logical mind was trying to say this is just nonsense, But I knew something deeper down there. I knew something that it wasn't. And I guess that was the first crack in the armour, the first ripple of this new awakening. I've been on this journey kind of since 2012, but this was something new. Time to look at myself more, I suppose, So, you see, I spent most of my life thinking I was pretty broken, really, thinking I was weak, thinking if I could just fix myself, get stronger, get better, work harder, then, maybe I'd be okay. But the truth is I was never broken. I was never broken. I was literally asleep, and I was just fast asleep in a system that just wanted me numb. It's a system that needed me to forget who I really am. And maybe you know what that feels like too. And that's why I started Stellify, really. Stellify's not here to teach or preach or anything like that. It's a journey for me as well, but it's to build something real, a place for people that are waking up, us misfits, us wanderers, the ones who always knew something was wrong with this place, and maybe we can find a signal through the noise together. That's what I'm hoping with Stellifying, to recognise that you're not lost, and you're definitely not broken. You're remembering. There's so much more that I'm going to share with you, more stories, clues, reminders to help you reconnect with the power that you've had all along. So if you're still here listening to me blabbering on, you're already waking up. So welcome to Stellify. Let's make it a home.